So let's talk a little bit about accidents or incidents, injuries to employees. What's your take on what happens in Chromalox when we have something that doesn't go right? And dare I call it a failure, but when we fail to send somebody home the exact same way that they came to work in the morning, how does that impact our business?
Yeah, so, and as you're aware, I mean, we had a challenging incident earlier in the year at one of our factories, and as it becomes a great example of our new safety culture in that the whole team really rallied when there was a problem. So this is a situation where an individual was actually injured and was not sent home in the same condition as he arrived at work. The team stepped up. I mean, you flew in. We had resources from Spire Sargo fly in, demonstrating to everyone involved our commitment and our urgency around a situation like this. There was a lot of work, and you facilitated a lot of it with the local team, understanding what went wrong and, more importantly, what we're going to do to fix it. And we shut down the business, right?
Yeah.
We took machines offline and stopped production rather than run the risk of injuring more people, right?
That's
and
right.
not only had that plan, through the leadership of Roger Ormsby and others, we actually enacted changes at other sites on related equipment, which I think sends an extremely powerful message to the people that we're taking this seriously, right? Deeper reflection on that, we probably knew about the risk associated with that machine and that process before and didn't take action. That's part of what has to change with our new safety culture. People have to be willing to raise their hand and say, stop, we can't keep going on like this. We've got to fix this problem and fix it now.
Yeah.
So that's a very powerful learning that comes out of it. How the team responded positively, but also on the flip side, we probably should have known about it and done something about it before.
Yeah, that early intervention is key when we see signs of risk or the potential for a catastrophic injury. We have to see, when we see it, to say something and then act upon it. It kind of reinforces the discussion that we've been having.
Right.
What about the other 99% of the time when we're being successful? So employees pull success out of the jaws of failure every day in Chromalox. So what about success and how that plays into this as well?
Yeah, it's a very important observation because sometimes we take that for granted. I mean, it's just part of our DNA to get things done, make things happen, and make improvements. We need to do a better job reflecting on some of the successes we have to see if we can take what we've learned in one spot and leverage that across. And for example, not making it just a point solution, but just as Roger did with stopping the machines in the other example, look across the whole enterprise and say, my gosh, where else can we apply this so we get even more leverage out of a success story.
So that early intervention and then replicating it across the business is a really good tool we could use to improve across the board.
A related example, so not necessarily related to safety, but more to sustainability. Recently, extremely recently, we had a change made to a water fountain in Pittsburgh based on someone new person raised their hand and said, this is a better aspect of sustainability. Rather than more plastic bottles, have a dispenser. You can just fill up your cup or fill up your bottle on your own. Well, people noticed that difference. They noticed the new device, and that's something that should not just be a solution here in the Pittsburgh office, but something that gets echoed out as a best practice across all of our sites. There's no reason all of our sites can't do the same thing. So there you take a success and you leverage it out as you suggested.